time travel, a pathway for you to go into the past and do well in that one maths exam last week, or even stop yourself from uploading all those embarrassing photos on Facebook that your friends are now commenting on. Or you can jump to January 1st, 2021 and skip this horrible year altogether. I am Haider Khan and welcome to the first episode of this web series that I have named Cosmotherapy. Although time travel might not allow you to go back in the time and suffocate baby Thanos, but there are still many interesting possibilities. Let's first talk about traveling to the future so that you can fast forward to your graduation day and skip all those agonizing college homeworks altogether. Interestingly, Einstein's theory of relativity show that this is pretty much possible. According to the special theory of relativity, if you are in motion, then the time slows down for you. And so, the faster you move, the greater is the time difference. So, if you move really fast and the world goes about in its usual fashion, and when you stop, you will have spent less time in your frame than in Earth's frame. Consider this example of me and my twin sister, a phenomenon that is known as the twins paradox. Say, when we were of the age of 6, we had been separated and my sister was sent to a space mission on a machine that travels nearly at the speed of light. By Einstein's theory of relativity, when she is moving really fast, the time has slowed down for her. While on the other hand, I am in Earth's frame and moving on my normal speed. Now when she returns, after say spending 3 to 4 months in space, there might not be a huge difference to her age, but the world has changed. And I, who was earlier of her age, might now be on my bed after my retirement with my grandchildren that are now of her age. So she has essentially traveled into the future. Similarly, there is another way of traveling into the future, and that is through gravity. Gravity plays the same role in time travel as does high speed. The more the gravity, the slower the time is in that frame of reference. This is the same concept that was discussed in the movie Interstellar. Matthew McConaughey, playing the role of Dr. Cooper, travels to a planet that is known as Miller's Planet, whose gravity is 130% of that on Earth. Resultantly, for every hour they spend on Miller's Planet, 7 years would pass on Earth. Well, it turns out that they accidentally have to spend a little more time than their plan, and the crew member who they had left in space had to wait for 24 years for their return. Moreover, Cooper gets caught in a black hole that has such massive gravity that it practically stops time. So when he returns, his daughter Murphy, who he had left like this, meets him again at this. Well, while it all might appear like mumbo jumbo science to you, consider this. There are actual astronauts who had time traveled and are currently alive. Chris Hadfield, an astronaut who spent 166 days in space, has aged 1 millisecond less than the people on Earth for every month he spent up there. Similarly, when Scott Kelly, the NASA astronaut, will return from his 1 year long space journey, he will technically be 0.01 seconds younger than his twin brother Mark Kelly, who spent this time on Earth. Now that you have had your fun in future, which button to press to return back home into the past? Well, it turns out there is no such button. Einstein's theories provide you a pathway to travel into the future. However, there is apparently no way possible to return back to the past. So, All your dreams of going back into the time and punching that fat school bully into the face are now destroyed. I'm sorry. And let me put this forward, that we are not restricted by human limitations. It's the laws of physics that prohibit us to travel back into the time. Well, there is nothing like inverse gravity, or neither can you move any faster than the speed of light for you to reverse time. So, while you might have enjoyed the World T20 of this year before your friends, it turns out there is no way for you to return back to them and tell them who won. Moreover, consider this, a phenomenon known as the grandfather paradox. Let's say you break all the theories of currently known to man and all the laws of physics, and you actually return into the past. Now, you move to the time when your grandfather was still a young man, and over an argument, you kill him. Well, I'll strictly advise you not to do so, but let's say you go back into the time and you kill your grandfather. And now, when your grandfather is no more, you won't have a father because he won't be born. And when your father is not born, you won't be born. So, this creates a paradox when there can't be a you who traveled back into the time and killed your grandfather. This paradox clearly seals the already closed door of time traveling into the past. So the next time Thanos destroys half the humanity, you better don't waste your time in planning of returning to the past and killing him. So that's it for the first video of Cosmotherapy. I'm recording another video that will tell you how there is another way of time travel. Make sure you don't miss that one either. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you learned something new, click the subscribe button. And even if you didn't learn anything, subscribe anyway, because there are many other videos that you can learn from.